What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Surrey Stingers, bringing you guys our Week 3 match for the PTL, taking on Gremlin and the Southend Stoutlands. Let's run through Gremlin's team here. He's got Megalodios, Necrozma, Mamoswine, Shaman, Buzzwole, Primarina, Stakataka, Tornadus Incarnate, Incineroar, and Gligar. I wasn't expecting the Shaman or the Torn Eye, neither of which came. Um, Big problems, the Megalodios, Necrozma, Mamoswine, Buzzwole, Primarina, and Sakataka. So yeah, he brought 6 problem mons for me. This is probably, I would say, one of my worst matchups so far this season, especially since I just picked up Garchomp and we're playing the other strong Ice Shard user in the Mamoswine there. I have nothing for Mamoswine on my team, so I'm going to have to play around that accordingly. If you haven't seen the team builder, you should check it out, but I am running a physically defensive Clefable with Magic Guard with Rocks, Moonblast, Soft Boiled, HP Ground, I believe, for the Stakataka. I'm running a little bit of a bulkier Megalopony with Power Up Punch, Toxic, Return, and Drain Punch. So Toxic is there for the Necrozma and the Buzzwole, in theory. And then I've got the Drain Punch there for recovery. Should be able to Drain Punch on the Stakataka depending on how many boosts he has. Excuse me, I'm like max HP too. Drapion, I am a Shookaberry Drapion for Earthquake spam because he's got a lot of stuff that gets Earthquake. With knockoff, Poison Jab, Aqua Tail, Earthquake is the last move on that too. Braviary, I'm Choice Scarf with U-Turn, Superpower, Brave Bird, Defog. Jirachi, I'm Choice Banded with Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, U-Turn, and Drain Punch. He does not have a good Choice Band Jirachi answer. They just don't exist. You know, even physically defensive Buzzwole is taking like 30% from Banded Iron Head, so it ends up working out quite well. Roserade, I'm running a Poison Barb set with Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Synthesis, and a Hidden Power Ground for the Stakataka as well. So I've got a lot of coverage options for the Stakataka, but if it gets rolling, it gets rolling, and there's really not much I can do about it. He's just got a lot of... It's a really bad matchup for me on paper. So I'm trying to pull as much differential out of this as I can, but I said it in the team builder. I wouldn't be surprised if I just get straight 6-0'd. I'm not expecting a lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to lead off with the Jirachi. Like, there's kind of no reason for me not to just lead off with Jirachi. Worst case scenario, I don't necessarily see him bring a Scarfer here. I said it in the team builder, if he's Scarf Mamoswine, he loses out on the damage he needs to two-shot Clefable. I think he has to be Life Orb, or like a Choice Band Mamoswine or something along those lines, but I don't think he can afford to be Scarf. So I am anticipating him to be Life Orb. Buzzwole could be Scarf. That could be a Scarfer. Stack Attack is not going to run Scarf. Excuse me. Stack Attack is probably Z. Wait, can it be Z? Yes, it can. It's probably Z. It's probably Z Stack Attack. Primarina, I'm not sure what to think. Probably Choice Specs. I don't have a switch into Choice Specs Primarina. Yeah, there's not much I could do about that. Megalodios, I'm not sure what to expect, although I am expecting Psychic coverage, and also Earthquake to be able to hit the Drapion. I've brought Assault Vest Drapion a couple of times now. I used it to trap Mega Alakazam and the Hoop Unbound last week, so I think he's probably clued into that and is ready for my Drapion with Earthquake, which is another reason why I have Shookaberry on the Drapion. And then Necrozma, I'm not sure what it's going to be. Before this game, I was thinking it's going to be his best Lopunny answer, but I'm really not sure anymore. So yeah, I'm just going to lead off with Jirachi. It's kind of a no drawback play as he's going to lead here with the Mamoswine. So works out for me, right? So I figure if he's Scarf, he stays in and he doesn't kill me. And I get knowledge that he's Scarf. And if he isn't, then I get huge damage. And we'll see right here how much damage this does to Necrozma. 49% with that Iron Head. So yeah, this is not physically defensive Necrozma. This is a very offensive Necrozma. And I'm just going to go for it again. I'm going to pop his eye, pop a berry, as he's going to be able to get up a Trick Room because we don't flinch him. So sucks that I don't flinch him there. Not much I can really do about that, but he gets up his Trick Room, and now we're in a bad spot. He clicks Swords Dance this turn as I clicked Iron Head again, and I get 47% this time. So now I'm really scared of an Earthquake. So I'm actually just going to go into my Braviary, predicting the Earthquake coming out now that we've seen Swords Dance. And then here I'm going to go into my Drapion, predicting the Photon Geyser, as he actually clicks Earthquake again. So he makes a good read on me going into Drapion there. I'm a little bit confused as to why he made that read instead of just clicking attacking what's in front of him with the Trick Room turns he had. It doesn't really matter because I eat the Shookaberry here. And now here, he told me after the game he was expecting Sucker Punch. Drapion doesn't get Sucker Punch, for those of you who don't know. So he clicks Photon Geyser here going for damage. As I go into my Braviary predicting an Earthquake, because there should have been no reason why he went for Photon Geyser against a Drapion, so I sacked Braviary for no reason, and Braviary would have been a nice way to break the Buzzwole this game, actually, and outspeed the Megalodios, which I didn't really have much for except for the Lopunny. So I'm really sad that my Braviary just went down there. Actually, I'm really sad that Braviary went down there, knowing what happens post-game. It's a little bit sad for me because this Necrozma shouldn't have even got that kill against the Braviary, because there's no reason you should be clicking Photon Geyser against Drapion unless you're predicting me to go into Braviary. That's a very risky play. I don't know, I just really feel like that's a risky play, going for Photon Geyser expecting me to click Sucker Punch when you can just click Earthquake. But there you go. His Trick Room ends, and Megalopunny gets to come in here and pick up a kill with Power Up Punch. I calced it, and Power Up Punch was always killing this. And it turns Megalopunny into an immediate threat against him. Instead of him just being able to go into something and not think about it, Megalopunny comes in, I'm a +1 Megalopunny, and now he's really got to pick his options appropriately. We've seen that Necrozma is not his Megalopunny check. I'm expecting it to be the Buzzwole, and it is the Buzzwole. So I'm predicting this to be Scarf based on how he brought it in there. You know, obviously Megalopunny doesn't really carry a lot for Buzzwole. Even at +1, I was only doing like 30% to a max HP variant, but Clefable is a fair switch into this, as he just shows off the Drain Punch here, 14%. I mean, it shows max attack Jolly based on that damage. He's going to go hard Mamoswine on my Moonblast, and I do 41%. I was like, okay, so that's good chip on the Mamoswine. Mamoswine's a massive problem here, and I just need to do what I can. I clicked Soft Boiled here, I believe, trying to see what sort of damage he was doing, and he does show to be max attack Life Orb. So, you know, it's a net loss out of that by about 3% on my health, but I can actually wear this thing down out of all of its Life Orb hits because of the roll I got on the first Moonblast. So I'm going to go for Soft Boiled again here as he sets up rocks. You know, I was just trying to wear this Mamo down, and then I misplay here and I go for a Moonblast as well. I figured if I got the roll to kill, it was worthwhile. But now I have to sack something because I didn't get a good roll. I got a 38 roll this time. And so he didn't kill himself with the Life Orb recoil plus my Moonblast damage. And my Clefable is now in a bad spot. So I can't really deal with the Buzzwole with Clefable this low anymore. What I should have probably done was clicked Soft Boil again, because then my plan would have worked out. And I can always... I'm faster than the Primarina, so in theory I can heal up on the Primarina, but I just had to sack my Drapion here so that he would double down with the Mamoswine. And in a double down, my Jirachi is very useful here. So he's going to go Buzzwole on the double down, probably predicting my Megalopunny to come out, but I know that Megalodios can't kill my Jirachi from full. Earthquake, Shadow Ball, it doesn't matter what he clicks, he cannot kill my Jirachi from full. So... I see the Buzzwole come in. I don't necessarily want to go for Iron Head, so I'm just going to click Zen Headbutt. No reason for me not to, really, as the Primarina is going to take a hefty chunk there. Even an Iron Head would have probably come pretty close to two-shotting this. It's a neutral hit. I didn't really calculate to see what sort of set the Primarina was, but I will after I go into my Roserade hard on this. So Roserade can eat any hit. I don't see a reason for him to predict Roserade coming in and click Ice Beam when Zen Headbutt's going to two-shot this anyways. I'm not really going to risk the miss, and I don't want to be locked in a Zen Headbutt and have Stack Attacker come in and set up a Trick Room on my face, or have Megalodios come in and do whatever the hell it wants, set up a Dragon Dance or things like that. So I'm just going to go Roserade, prevent the Stack Attack option at the very least from coming in, as the Hydro Pump there shows to be about max HP, max special attack modest from the damage, and Giga Drain is not a roll from this range, it'll always kill. So get some HP back there as the Latios is going to come in now. I'm scared of the Psychic, so I'm going to my Clefable here as he's going to click Earthquake. Misplay on my part, realistically. At that point, he made a good read, I guess, going into Clefable. I didn't have any ground resists on my team once Braviary was dead anyways. And like I said, in the team builder, he had so much Earthquake spam on his team that it's just not fair. It's just not fair against my ground weak team, really. All the Earthquake spam that he had is just ridiculous. I could have stayed in with Roserade there and gone for a Poison Barb Sludge Bomb, gotten a ton of damage off from this Latios, and then maybe gone into Clefable the next turn on what I would expect to be a Psychic, or go into the Jirachi the next turn on what I expect to be a Psychic, although the Jirachi's not living the Earthquake from that range. So here, I'm just going to have to sack my Clefable, unfortunately. You know, I maybe eat the hits if I had done my plan against the Mamoswine a little bit better, or if I had got the roll against the Mamoswine a little bit better. I can bring Clefable in on the double down instead, and Soft Boiled. or I guess the double down wouldn't have happened. So yeah, there you go. We've pulled up 3 kills. It's not horrible. You know, it's not what I would like, but it's not horrible either. Jirachi can come in here, or sorry, Megalopony can come here. I'm going to threaten this with the return. As the Buzzwole comes in and choose the return, I was considering going for Toxic. It's what I should have done because the Buzzwole didn't eat the Toxic. And I bring in the Roserade here on the Ice Punch. Now, this was a good prediction on his part. I'm a little bit sketched out by it, though. I really feel like Drain Punch was a little bit safer. Just because this Buzzwole can continuously switch into the Lopunny, and we're going to see his full set here now that we've seen the leftovers here. The last time we saw the leftovers, I was a lot less concerned about the Buzzwole when I knew it's not Scarfed. You know, it's just a sort of a physically bulky boy for the Mega Lopunny. Probably like max HP, max attack. And unfortunately, our Roserade goes down. So Roserade was a little bit necessary in trying to kill this thing. So at this point, I kind of just have to flinch it to death. Again, I can't lock myself in a Zen Headbutt, but Iron Head is probably fine. It's a neutral hit against the Stakataka. And I get the first flinch, doing about 31%. So I just need one more flinch, and I don't get it. So he roosts, and I'm just going to have to try and flinch this Buzzwole to death realistically. There's not much else I can do besides just flinching this thing. And I believe eventually, after I flinch him this time, he doesn't want to roll with a crit or anything like that and just goes hard Stakataka. And we'll see right here that I'm not going to get the flinch this turn, and Stacky gets up Trick Room. So now it's over. Stakataka just wins. You know, I was locked in to Iron Head, and I didn't get to kill the Stakataka from that range. Otherwise, it probably would have been okay, because then maybe I can kill the Lopunny. But I do end up taking the 3-0 loss. Trick Room, he said after the game, Trick Room, there were a lot of Trick Room opportunities. I actually don't think Trick Room was that big of a problem against my team. You know, my team's not that fast. There's fast aspects to it, but it's not that fast, and I didn't bring a Scarfer besides the Braviary that game. What mattered most was the reads that he made. He made some really good reads on the Roserade. You know, as much of a mistake as it was to click Photon Geyser, you know, because he was expecting the Sucker Punch, so that's what I consider a mistake. But the Necrozma picking off my Braviary was a big turning point from my perspective. It sort of put more pressure on me because I had less to deal with the Buzzwole. In fact, almost nothing to deal with the Buzzwole because I didn't bring a Technician Hidden Power for it. I brought Hidden Powers for the Stakataka. I'm not sure exactly what his game plan was. He didn't really have pretty much anything to deal with a specially offensive threat against his team. Like, that Primarina was like kind of bulky because it's just like max HP leftovers, but you know, the Specs Raikou that I wanted to bring in prep looks pretty fucking amazing against the team that he brought, honestly. Everything besides the Mamoswine kind of just gets blown back by the Specs Raikou set I wanted to bring with Signal Beam. So I'm a little bit regretting that because I thought Gligar was kind of a hard stop to it, but I definitely should have considered bringing the Raikou over maybe the Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny wasn't doing a lot for me in this game, and it couldn't hit a lot of stuff on his team very hard. So I was really sad that Megalop didn't get to do what I wanted it to. Power Up Punch on the Necrozma switch in or whatever and sort of blow through him just because Buzzwole is such a good physical wall. I'm a big Buzzwole fan. So we take the 3-0 loss. We are playing Spanik and the New York Rangers next week. He made some drops. So he's got now a Perugly and a Monferno on his team, and he ended up picking up Scizor after Arky dropped Scizor, I believe. So keep an eye out for that. This is the first time we're playing Spanik. We'll also be playing him in the WPL later in the season, so it's the first of a series of matches against Spanik, you could say. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys for the next one.